Okay, so I really want to get rid of all of the books that I own. If you can see them, I want to get rid of all of them. All of these. All of them. I know me though. I'm not going to get rid of them if I haven't read them. And let me tell you, I've probably only read about 10 of them. And honestly, this has to be at least 50 books. So I started reading. I'm reading this book named Calm. This book that I decided to tap into. Literally, this book is talking about meditation, calming the mind, all of that great stuff. And honestly, the benefits that it's like talking about are the benefits that I've been needing in my life. Appetite, anxiety, depression, focus, productivity, you know, all of that, that's stuff that I need help with. I don't meditate though. So it's like, okay, obviously I need to start meditating now. Bro, listen to this. Employees chalked up an extra 65 minutes of productivity a day. I need that in my life. Just 15 minutes of mindfulness meditation a day led to more rational thinking and better business decisions. Something I need. It also helps with creativity and concentration. And if you can see behind me, you can obviously tell that I'm a creative soul and just I obviously need it. Listen to this, listen to this. Chinese students who practice meditation for 20 minutes a day for 5 days experienced less anxiety, depression, and anger than those who did not meditate. Mindfulness also enhances people's well-being by improving relationships and increasing compassion. Did y'all hear that? Let me say it again just in case you didn't. Where is it at? Mindfulness also enhances people's well-being by improving relationships and increasing compassion. Y'all, I need some new relationships in my life. I literally do. I literally do. Like, I'm surrounded by people who do drugs. And I used to do drugs, and I didn't like how drugs made me feel. So I stopped doing the drugs. But now I'm surrounded by drugs again. A U.S. study in 2005 found that when people regularly practice mindfulness meditation, their brains physically changed. Bro, I can physically change my brain if I freaking meditate. Regularly practice mindfulness meditation. Their brains physically changed. Researchers discovered that the parts of the brain related to attention and sensory processing were more developed in long-term meditators than in those who didn't practice. Okay, for one, I thought that I stopped the video, but for two, what is sensory processing? Why does that feel so important to me? Like, as a person who has, I can smell things that aren't there, I can feel things that aren't there, I can see things that aren't there, I can hear things that aren't there. I can do all of that. I can taste things that aren't there, and the tastes be really nasty. Are those sensory? So if I meditate, if I start meditating, what's that going to do to that? Because one thing that I do know and one thing that I do understand about that is that's spiritual. That's spirit. So what's going to happen when I start meditating? Is it like, poof, gonna be gone? Or is it like, will I be able to tune it like a radio? Because right now, I feel like I'm not in control of it, you know? And I also feel like I want to start tuning into higher frequencies. Though I feel like it's stuck at only tuning into lower frequencies. And I don't want to keep tuning into lower frequencies, y'all. I just don't. I don't. I want to tune into higher frequencies. I'm talking about money, good relationships, happiness, love, joy, abundance. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's what I want. So maybe if I start meditating, we never know. We will see. We will see. Okay, y'all, let's over here talking about how to meditate. You meditate during the morning time. Do I look like I wake up in the morning? Right, exactly. So, huh? Although I'm not gonna lie. Now that's interesting. Wow, okay. I do wake up in the morning. It's just that I stay in bed until my brain is active. I don't get out of bed until I can't process the thoughts and the dreams and the visions anymore. Then that's when I get out of bed. There have been times where I wake up and, there's nothing there. Or, it was just a little nightmare, but nothing was too grr. And then I get this little voice in my head and it's all like, lay back down to understand the dream. And that should be the time when I get up because my mind is still clear. I'm getting hot. Is it just me or are you guys hot too? Okay, so basically the book is also saying that you want to meditate frequently, little by little. Little by little. You can start with 10 minutes and then, work your way up to 15 minutes. It's also saying that you'll get better results if you meditate frequently at little bits of times than infrequently at big amounts of times. And I feel like that's something that I tend to do a lot. I get so, and y'all, that's probably another thing about sensories. We get so worked up. We get these feelings. We start sensing things about why we shouldn't continue to build that habit. And then we just miss out on a good habit because our sensories, we need to heal our sensories, y'all. We need to heal our sensory part of the brain. Not that I know much of what it is, but we should really heal it. I just think it's so wild that I didn't put my do on. That's pretty wild to me. Like, y'all, I tell you that I literally just got off of live and I had put my wig on, even though I was just wearing a bonnet. I took my bonnet off to put my wig on, and then I take my wig off to make this video. Isn't that wild? Because, y'all, this book is over here talking about find a place where you're not going to get disturbed. I kid you not. I'm all the way up here near the back of the building on the second floor in my apartment. And somebody's all the way outside across the street, slightly down the block, and I can still hear their music. Some of us aren't going to get that quietness that we're told is necessary, is a fundamental when it comes to meditating. Some of us aren't going to get that, and that is a-okay. Okay? That is a-okay. You do not need that. Okay? Your environment right now is showing you what's going on in here too, and the only reason you are where you are now is because of what was going on up here then. Okay, so fix this now so that when comes, it'll be more peaceful, more quiet. You will have more peaceful places to go to meditate. You might even have people to meditate with. And you'll constantly feel that desire and that pull to continue to meditate. Start in that chaotic environment first. Do not hold off. Do not wait until you find a quieter place, because I guarantee you never know when that quieter place is going to come, and you never know if you're ever going to meet that quiet place. Because just like people say, nobody's promised tomorrow. So yes, I will be practicing to meditate tonight and journaling. Yeah, because I got something to do on the 15th. So I have something coming up on the 15th. It's an opportunity. And the opportunity is me hosting a journaling class, of course. A journaling workshop. So I will be working on that too. Now I feel like I'm shutting down so that I don't get overwhelmed. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to pick this book up, read some more of it. What time is it? It's 8:42 p.m. I'm thirsty. I got this. We got this, y'all. We got this. See, that's another thing. It's talking about when thoughts arrive, note them and then let them dissolve and then focus back on your breath. Because I remember one time I was meditating, right? I was in Mississippi. I went to the park. I found a nice, beautiful field, a hill, and I sat down on it and I started meditating. And what I would do was I would write them down or I would talk them out. And I did that one time, and I just kept hearing my egg donor and her daughter talk about me like they were talking to me. And just all focused on my appearance. Like, how does it feel to be fat? I wanted you to feel what it felt like to be called pregnant, to have people ask if you're pregnant and all of that stuff. And then like there was a talk about STDs and all of that stuff. And I thought that it was really interesting because it's like, growing up, they would always call me perfect. Growing up, they would always like, oh, you're so perfect. You're so good. Da 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 da. Like, they would like give me these weird compliments. Like, it was strange. Okay, so my egg donor, she has a chronic illness from an STD. Right? And obviously, she didn't like that I didn't have an STD. So she was constantly manifesting an STD in my life. And one day I picked that up while I was meditating. And when it came to her daughter, her daughter was constantly insecure about her weight. And people would constantly make fun of her for her weight and whatever. And so she was constantly manifesting, me to become obese. And it was just really, really strange, So, I feel like this time while I meditate, I'm going to want to record it. I'm going to want to document it. Because I'm highly in tune, highly sensitive, highly aware. Not only did I get an STD, I also became obese, and a lot of people were asking me if I was pregnant. That is not a coincidence. not only did I get diagnosed with an STD, I got diagnosed with an STD on my egg donor's birthday. And y'all, I just seen that I look bomb and gray. So I might end up getting me some gray hair someday in the future. I just purchased me 2 new wigs. So, we're sticking to this, just a darker shade. I thought it was kind of cute. I'm going to ease out of it comfortably. I'm not going to make that, hard jump, hard shift. Yes. Yes. Meditating. I will be taking notes. I will be documenting my meditation journey. Phew. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see the benefits that come out of it. I know that it's not going to happen overnight, and I feel like that's a problem that I tend to have. I want to see things happen like that. Like that. Kid you not, this painting right here, this painting, made this painting in under a day. Under a day. Like, I like things to be done ASAP. ASAP. This skirt right here, in under a day. I don't like taking up projects that take more than 1 day to make. I don't. And maybe me meditating is going to help me be able to take on those projects. So we're gonna definitely see. Another thing I also have problems with, timing. Like, for some odd reason, I have this desire to have things on a time limit. Like, I want to meditate at the same time every day and every night. And if I can't make that happen, then I'm not going to want to meditate at all. That's my problem. And I don't even, it's so wild. I'm not gonna even do that to myself though, because I'm an artist. I'm a fucking artist. I'm not about to sit around and put myself in any type of boxes. No time limits. I don't have a job because I don't want to work at a time limit. Also, I don't have a job for other reasons. Still. Okay, so that's nice to know that I don't be tripping. So it's talking about thoughts and sensations in the body. Yes, that is actually 100% correct, 100% true. I actually woke up one morning from a dream, some strange dream that I had. These fingers were numb, all right? And I wasn't laying on this arm at all. I was not laying on this arm at all. So for these to be numb, now, of course, the whole thing about meditation is to not judge. So whenever you do feel something in your body, you're not going to judge it. Just take note of it. Just take note of it. So literally, while I'm going to be documenting my meditation, you guys will see me sitting down with my eyes closed. I will be talking. I'll be telling you what I hear. I'll be telling you what I feel, what I see, what I taste, if I taste anything. I will be telling you. I will be. And then I'm going to do my research on it. Period. Clock that tea. So I think y'all should just know something about this book. This book has 8 sections: nature, sleep, travel, relationships, work, children, creativity, and food. But it is not designed for you to read in a linear way. Okay, so one thing about me, I have a Scorpio moon. Okay, and I don't really know much about it besides ancestral trauma and all that other stuff, highly intuitive. I want to do research really quickly to see if Scorpio moons live on schedules, because if so, that would explain why I'm so called to have a schedule, like an airtight schedule. Also, if that is the case, that would also explain why growing up, my egg donor was obsessed with trying to get her 6 kids on an airtight schedule. Not to mention, yes, she had 6 kids, 2 of them were autistic. How you gonna do that? How you gonna do that? One of them had ADHD. One of them she didn't even allow to help at all. And the other one didn't give a damn about a thing. And the other one just left because she wanted to go and start her own family. Let's search it up, y'all. Do Scorpio moons thrive on schedules? Let's see what they say. It says, hold on. While the connection between Scorpio moons and schedules isn't explicitly mentioned, Scorpio moons, known for their emotional intensity, deep intuition, and need for emotional security, may find routine helpful in managing their powerful feelings and providing a sense of stability. Here's why schedules and routines can be beneficial for Scorpio moons. Emotional regulation. That I can say I definitely need, especially right now. Like I said, I'm surrounded by a bunch of drugs. I don't have anybody that I can talk to, that I can lean on. Um, you know, I'm wanting to try new abundance approaches towards life, meditating. I can feel things that aren't there, hear things, taste things, smell things, see things that aren't in the physical realm. So my emotions are constantly, especially right now, like I said, I'm surrounded by a bunch of people who are doing drugs. And for those of y'all who knew for those of y'all who know, when a person is on drugs, when they get around a good souled, a good hearted person, they automatically assume the worst. And let me tell you, my nickname used to be Goody Two Shoes. Y'all do the math. Okay, emotional security and trust. Oh, that's something I definitely need right now. Scorpio moons require emotional security and trust in the relationships. And of course, y'all, just because I'm by myself does not mean that I don't have a relationship. I have a relationship with myself that I need to build, a relationship with my hygiene that I need to build, a relationship with my mentality, spirituality, all of that. There are many relationships that I need to build. I feel like, we're taught, especially if y'all have siblings, we're taught that the only relationships that exist are the relationships with other human beings and like other objects outside of ourselves. There's also relationships inside of ourselves. Just as there's a relationship with God, there's a relationship with ourselves too. So, yes. I do need that. A predictable routine can contribute to this by creating a sense of stability and dependability in their daily lives. See, something about that is just like something about that is, I can't even put it in words, but my body is showing you what it's like. So like, yeah. So pretending, preventing obsessive tendencies. I feel like I'm getting called out. So, Scorpio moons can become emotionally obsessed with things. Don't come for me. Engaging in regular activities and adhering to a schedule can help provide healthy outlets for their intense energy, reducing the likelihood of unhealthy fixations. And that is completely true. I definitely do get obsessed over things. Deeply obsessed. But as quickly as I can get obsessed with things is as quickly as I can, get unobsessed with things if I really put my mind to it. And y'all already know your girl be doing that. So, yes, there's that. Although there's some things that I just can't though. You know. I put my mind to not getting on the drugs, yes. But now I'm obsessed with looking for people to lean on, to call and talk to, and I just don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's good. You know, um something about it I just don't like. As you can see, my head literally just, my body doesn't like it, my spirit doesn't like it. It's a no. So I definitely want to start spending time with myself. Um, let's see, fix facilitating self-reflection. Ooh, okay. Evening rituals like deep meditation or journaling can be transformative for Scorpio moons, allowing them to connect with their subconscious and process deeper emotions. Scheduling time for these practices can support their need for self reflection and emotional healing. And I definitely need that. I definitely need that. I definitely do. It's so strange because right now I'm like getting called to tell you about how I was literally just in here sitting down, working on my ski mask that I'm working on. And, there's people outside talking outside of my window just super loud, super loud. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, yeah, duh, they're going to talk, they're going to talk. No, no. So they was talking about how, and it's so strange. It's so strange. I realized that this is what people do. Okay? They talk about you as if they're talking about themselves. That's what's happened. So they was out there all like, yeah, my house is clean now. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. And then they ended it with a, when it rains though, they said it's not raining yet, but when it rains, and then they made the rest of the sentence incoherent. Like, excuse me, what the and it's so strange because I literally just cleaned my house. So the whole time, you know what I'm saying? And it's so wild. There's so much. So just earlier today, I was talking to myself. I was looking in the mirror and then something was like, yeah, you're in a new chapter. This chapter's ended. And it's like, this chapter's ended. Okay, this chapter is ended. Let me tell you, y'all, my house was expressing itself to me. It was telling me where I was mentally, and I was everywhere. I had things in places where it wasn't meant to be. I was everywhere. Okay, and that's what my house showed me. My house had things everywhere. Okay, now a lot of people are going to look at that like, so your house was a mess. You can say that. I'd like to believe that my house was communicating to me and it was telling me what was up, you know? So just recently, I had fixed it, which means, of course, I fixed this. I fixed this. Just recently, I had fixed it. Before I had fixed it, though, the people in my building, my neighborhood, was cool with me, talking to me, saying what's up, drinking with me, you know what I'm saying? And then I cleaned it. Before I cleaned it, I was hearing, they was all like, oh yeah, we like you. I'm starting to like you. And then after I clean it, it's, I was just starting to like you. I don't like you now. Okay. I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think that's a coincidence. So apparently, when it rains, something's going to happen. My house is going to da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but whatever it is that they were manifesting something on me. They were manifesting something about my future that I do not give consent to. Of course not. Of course not. My light just dimmed down and all that stuff. Y'all. So it seems like a schedule is what I need. So it says, in essence, while Scorpio moons are characterized by intense emotions and a desire for transformation, which I am, yes, having a routine can provide them with a sense of control and balance that helps them navigate their inner world and connect with others more effectively. So, obviously, that is what I need because I do want to connect with others. I want to connect with more people. I really do. Outside of my building, I want to connect with more people. And I also want to feel that sense of control within myself. And I want to start navigating more high vibrational planes of myself too. I want different emotions. I want more in my life, in myself. And a routine is something that I know is definitely going to help me. So now that we know, we know. Well, I enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know what I'm gonna name this video. Um, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.